one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you today was because you told me that a person who you thought was becoming a really good friend really did something rotten to you.
Yes.
And
I trusted this person.
yeah.
And I hate being that vulnerable in the first place.
Tell me what happened. I mean,
there was a fundraiser for their school, and it's a really prestigious school here in Tacoma. It's a Ivy League high school. Her children goes to the school. We met some time ago, and we did some work together.
Did she seem like she was fine? I mean, like,
well, you know,
I don't trust the white folks that much sometimes.
Yeah, really, and that's what it was all about,
so.
learning to trust people, you know.
Okay, so you basically became friends with this really nice lady, and she seemed good, and she wanted you to teach her, you know, a little bit about cultural competency, and you were like, okay. For white folks, I thought the best practice was that you don't ask a person in a historically marginalized group that has to live with this bullshit every single day of their lives to teach you. It's the person's responsibility to, like, white folks should teach other white folks, because unless the people want to teach, you know, some people glean something from it. They think, oh, this would be fun for me. But it's asking to do emotional labor.
Absolutely.
It's not really your job. So what happened?
Well, there was an auction, and she put it out on Facebook. You know, it's going to be an auction. You know, come on down. So it was one of these nights where we didn't have much to do. So I figured, well, let me go down to the auction and see what's going on. And I said, well, Anne's going to be there. So what a good deal.
You're going to meet her there?
Say again? Yeah, she was going to be there. Yeah, she was going to be there. It wasn't a date or anything. That was an appointment. She just said, "Come on down if you can."
Yeah, okay.
So I said, "Okay, great."
And you live kind of near there, right?
Yeah, it was a couple of 4 or 5 blocks away.
Oh, that's really close. Okay.
Yeah, it was really close. And so I walk into the venue. So I asked, what was the cost of the tickets? She told me that I couldn't come in because I don't have any children at the school. Now, remember, she didn't ask whether or not I had.
How did she know whether you had children at the
Exactly.
school?
Well,
wow.
They do have a few mixed children there, blended children.
Wait, there's no black kids at the school, so she figured.
Well, they're black, you know.
What if you adopted, or
black,
Jesus, what if your black is white? Give me a break. That's
right. So, and I said, do I have to have children that go to the school in order to go to the fundraiser? I thought it was the fundraiser public.
Yeah.
So she says, go talk to the help desk. And so I get to the help desk, and there were some people in front of me. It was a Pakistani family. You know, it was a husband and wife, obviously, and it looked like they had their grandmother with them. And so I get there, and I said, well, how much? Because they gave her a credit card. So in my head, I said, oh, I can use my credit card.
Right.
And so the family paid with their credit card. They went in, and then she asked, did I know anyone that was at the fundraiser? And I said, yes, I do know people. I said, I have a friend here, and I know some alumni that go here. And so what I'm trying to find out, she said, well, who do you know? And I'm like, I said, okay, well, I know Ann Tuffin. Oh, we know Ann. I said, well, that's good. Because apparently Ann is on the committee for the auction.
Oh, that's probably why she invited you.
So apparently she was on a committee, so they knew her. So now that I know someone, how much does it cost to get in? She said $100 and something. I said, okay. Something dollars.
Well, she changes the price to hand.
Right. So I said, I know what the 100 is, but how much is the something? And she goes, well, I don't know. Let me look it up. Now, this is a woman that just took a credit.
What? The actual you know what? Oh, so she has different prices for different people, or she's just...
Well, when I left, I went home and I looked it up, and it was $100 even. But I had no intentions of going back. And I said to her, I said, listen, I've never, ever been in this kind of stress. I don't know why you're talking to me like this. I don't know why you're behaving like this. it's a public auction. I said, one of the companies that are in there who's sponsoring this is a client of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And
plus your friend invited you. How did you find your friend?
well, I left and I gave her a phone call. Well, you know what? I've been around. I have a birthday this month. I'll be 58 years old. And I know when people are throwing out microaggressions and behaving badly. It doesn't take another 58 years to see that. Okay? I understood what was going on.
She was being a racist asshole.
Get to it. Yes.
The desk lady.
Yes, the woman at the desk, at the help desk. And the registrar who gave me such a time that I just didn't think that was fair. And that's another thing about privilege. They are treated fairly. I don't get that. I don't get to be treated fairly. And I resent it. And I think I need to talk to the superintendent of that school. Well, I went home and I texted her and I messaged her. And the next day she told me that she was in the event. And
she was in the event, so she didn't see you?
Right. And so she didn't even hear her phone. And I'm like, okay, that's great.
Oh, but did you tell her what happened?
Yes. And then I told her we need to meet. So we met that evening about 7 o'clock and we had a discussion. Yeah. And she wasn't prepared for that.
How so? She wasn't prepared for that. You mean you wanted to just meet her and say, oh my God, like.
Right. I wanted her to help me with some names for people that I can write a letter to.
Oh, because you're like, I'm not going to just let this go.
No, I can't. Okay, they're an educational institution.
And they work with children. And children who are brown, black, and oh my God.
But they're indoctrinating them to even hate themselves, because what are they telling them about black people? To be afraid, don't connect with them, don't have anything to do. They're telling them this
differently because they're scary.
So what was I supposed to be doing differently at that auction? That where I needed to know someone or had children to go to that school? What did I need differently? And what if I had children that went to that school?
You need different color skin to go to that school, to go to the auction. Is what I'm trying to say.
So if they want to, and then I'm sure the superintendent doesn't want to play that game. Okay.
So what happened? What'd your friend say? Was she pissed? Was she pissed? It's like, oh my God, I'm gonna kick her. Was she like, because her kids go there?
That was my hopes, but it didn't happen like that. Matter of fact, she looked like she wanted to just automatically be distant and disappear.
You talked to her in person.
Yes.
And what?
And she couldn't get away from me faster. She used the children as an excuse.
What about them?
As that, if she did that, she didn't say it out loud, but she said, I have children in that school. They're doing fine. And I said, yes, they are doing fine. But they're being indoctrinated. Okay?
Did she support you in any way? Like say, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll look into it, or?
Yeah, she said she would look into it. That was Tuesday, and today is Friday. Okay, so my asking is over. Okay, because this is for me, it's a serious issue.
Absolutely.
Right, and
so I think she flunks out. She flunks out.
Yeah, and the other reason why I went to her is because just recently we had the climate gal here in Tacoma. And, they had the Facebook face and they were out there with the climate gal. She had her kids, and I thought that was ideal. I would love if my daughter was that age to take her to see the climate gal, So I'm thinking, okay, she's still, stepping in the progressive way. And, but that was like for show, it was like it was for show.
You mean,
it's fashionable.
Well, yeah, see, here's the thing.
Black Lives Matter, fashionable.
Yeah, she wanted to look cool.
Yeah.
Because, for white folks, and I know you obviously know this, it's not, are you racist is yes or no question. It's, where are you on the lifelong continuum?
That's right.
So you thought she was doing well, but then when push came to shove and she needed to actually walk the walk instead of just get her picture and talk about it, she basically was like, I just need my, no. She wasn't going to stand up for you?
No. Well, she hasn't. So I'm taking things into my own hands.
Sorry, that's a very cruel, hurtful thing to do.
And
I guess you showed her truth.
Yeah, because it's almost like I have to get this out. I have to get this out.
So she acted like really sweet and nice, and she probably was until it meant she had to actually do something, not just talk about it, but actually do something. So she's fake liberal, basically, or she's not there yet. I mean, if you're nice about it, oh, she's just not there yet. Well, wow. So she was a lot more racist than you thought.
Oh, well, I did this. I didn't want to think that. I did not want to have that thought about a person, because I kind of save that for those who are just out there. But I have to call it what it is.
The person at the desk, that's humiliating. Like, Jesus, you're like, I'm here to do, and like, oh, your money's not good enough or something?
Right.
I'm sorry, because that's mean. That's,
yeah.
Wow. And that's, part of that, I have a lot of Black friends that want nothing to do with white people at all. I don't blame them one stinking bit. I probably be that way. Well, I'm white and I don't want anything to do with it. I'm just kidding.
Right.
This lady kind of showed her true self. And do you think that's because she's not there yet, or because that's who she is?
I think that's who she is. What a wonderful actress. She was a wonderful actress. I'm like, wow,
she wanted a Black friend.
Yeah.
And she wanted to look cool with it's all the rage nowadays to have a Black friend.
And we went out to lunch. We went to different events with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She was there. My daughter introduced her to people from the county that was in part of the environmental justice.
Was she using you? Or maybe she really thought she was gonna
I thought maybe there was a friendship, emotional connection. I like you, you like me, we like each other. Hey, let's hang out. So I thought there was some sort of emotional connection. But apparently that was more of an act to, like you said, okay? If he knows everybody, and I knew everybody that she wanted to meet, and that was Black and white people too, by the way.
Oh, so she saw you as a very connected person, because you are.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. She saw you as a really connected person, and she wanted to get to know you. How far into your relationship did she bring up could you kind of teach me, or would it just kind of come up?
Oh, well, she invited me to the university, and I went to the university, and I liked her office. She had a guy who was, transgender. He was at the desk, and he was an intern. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so she seemed really, really liberal and open.
Right. He was a Black male, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm looking at the men who work with her. She had 2 young assistants. Either 30-somethings, beautiful men, and then herself had the office, and I just thought it was cool. She introduced me to the dean of the university, and courted me around.
You were getting connections. She was getting connections.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then you just kind of had a friendship, and this is as far as she was able to go.
That's right. Because this is serious business.
This isn't just talking about it and getting your picture on Facebook. It's not just.
Yeah, because when I walk out my house, it's serious business. Okay? I don't know if I'm going to get stopped, but why am I even thinking like that? You
shouldn't have to think twice about it. You live in America, you're a citizen, and you pay your taxes. Give me a break. Talking about it is only goes so far. You really can't tell if somebody's truly supportive of equity and equality until they get into a position like that, where it's like, okay, step up to the plate or lost.
Well, the name of the game is the privilege. Are you willing to give up your privilege? That's the key. I mean, all our famous people gave up their privilege.
She said it. She said, my kids go there.
That's right. And now her kid last year wasn't doing that well. Now all of a sudden they're doing well. Okay? So now they're doing well, and now it's not about, giving the kids that indoctrination, love and tolerance. It was giving the kids whatever they were going to give the kids. It's okay. And I'm like, why is that okay now? That's not, it was never okay. It's not okay in my book. You still have to lay down some sort of, behavioral law.
So she was afraid to make waves because it could hurt children.
So she's a coward. She's an absolute coward.
Wow.
Okay.
That's kind of interesting because me, I went to the superintendent. I was like, I used my white privilege for the opposite reasons.
I'm scared for you.
I know, me too. I asked my one of my neighbors actually I said, have you had any racial issues? And she said, well, yeah. And she is a woman of color, and her children are, the husband's white, and she's a sweetheart. And she said, no, we worked it out in our family. I said, you never went to them? She goes, So, and she's really bold, like with it, nice. And so at first I was like, no, I thought, you know what, Kim? I did it because I have white privilege. And I said to myself, they better dare not get near my kid. They better dare. I was like, my white privilege was flopping all over the place. I was like, over my dead body, do they take this out, And even though she is, she's not like this huge, big, dark, black man that looks, she is a person of color. She's a Korean. And her kids were getting teased because they're half Korean, even though they kind of look pretty, Caucasian, I guess. And at first I had a little resentment, like, well, why wouldn't you tell them? Like they need to. And then I realized, Kim, that's your white privilege talking. I told them when I saw something, but it's because I'm freaking white. And I have this weird confidence that they dare not, mess with my kid, or they, you know what I mean? It's a weird little, it's subtle. See, I'm telling you, white people learn something every single day. It's not like we'll never get there. We have to check ourselves on everything. I had to go, Kim, why are you so, and like, well, she should have said something that would help back up my, and she was like, no way. And then I had to go, you know what? Damn, okay. I learned something. Not everyone is free like that.
No.
Timmy, it just kills me, because the reason I'm kind of hurt by this is because I'm hurt for you, because you are such a nice person. I mean, you couldn't meet a nicer man. And what'd you say?
That's a perception thing. Some people don't think I'm so nice.
No, it's not. You know what? It's not a perception thing. You're such a nice man. I mean, just genuinely good, nice person with a huge heart of gold. And it just kills me that like all these little things, like from the moment you walk out your door, you got the neighbor saying, do you live here? You're like, yeah, I've lived here for 12 years. You idiot.
Yeah, 13 years.
This is what I tell white folks who are just learning. There's nothing you can say ever that is going to make a black person trust you. If you want trust, you show that person you're worthy of trust over time with your absolute support. And even then, they may never trust you. But that's all you can do. You do not talk about how woke you are. You do not talk about how supportive you are. You do not show them, look, I did this, I did that. I have a black friend, my cousin's brother's uncle's aunt's stepdaughter. No, nothing is going to earn you anything except your behavior over time. And this lady showed herself over time. And I'm just really sorry, because you don't deserve that shit. And a lot of white folks will listen to this story and they'll be like, I've been turned away from places before.
Yeah.
And and you know what you say to them? But it wasn't because of the color of your skin.
That's right.
Shut up.
Right.
It could have been for a ludicrous reason. It could have been for this. It could have been for that. But it never is going to be the color of your skin. And that's where it is not right.